I'd say I'd consider you probably a big pioneer of mocap performances. I mean, performances in general, it's kind of nobody really knows what goes into them. But what I'm fascinated by is everybody tells me how when they were acting opposite you, they really felt like they were talking to Caesar. It was never Andy Serkis in a suit. It was just Caesar. When you do a movie like this, do you have any kind of input into kind of the look of Caesar, what he's looking like? Do you consult with the VFX artists or anything, or do you just kind of focus on your own thing?
Well, I mean, I obviously I saw as Caesar progressed over the three movies. I saw lots of concept artwork, and you know, I was part of that process in that respect. But in terms of the look on set and what the actors are looking at, of course, you know, it's just technology at the end of the day, and you know, the different marker setups and so on have evolved and changed. But yeah, no, I mean, it's all about, it's just acting. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I just get into character and play the role. Since
the last film, you've directed 2 films that are coming out, and did you find that helped you? That kind of maybe make it easier for your co-stars to really believe that they're acting opposite Caesar, especially something like The Jungle Book, where it's all mostly mocap, right?
Yeah.
Did you find that kind of informed you a little bit? Like it was different, maybe a different approach than it was in the last 2?
I don't think it changed me as an actor. Directing so much. I mean, that's I kind of try and separate them. In fact, you know, I mean, well, although having said that, what you do realise is that you're a storyteller. Both behind you're a storyteller as an actor, and you're a storyteller as a director. That's your function, and it's just a slightly different way, a different approach. And I love both aspects of it, but I don't think it necessarily affected me per se.
Caesar's become kind of this mythic character as the movies have unfolded. But from you, what's your perspective because you must assume him as a man, I guess, as a father type?
Yeah. I mean, the default kind of Caesar for me is an empathetic leader, and a leader. When I went from the early days of playing him as Rise and based him on a real chimpanzee to Dawn, where I started to think about leaders that I would compare him to, I based him on Nelson Mandela and you know, and Obama to a certain extent, you know, where you see someone who is leading not necessarily through force or authority, but through listening, and I wanted to very much that to be a central focus of Caesar, that he is a good listener, that he is able to be empathetic and also listen to human beings. So he's not one that sees other in a way.
Yeah.
Until this moment, at this cataclysmic moment at the beginning of the 3rd movie, where he's pitched into, because of his personal loss, he's pitched into a journey of revenge.
What's your approach like? How is it different from something like in the MCU, you're playing a villain, but you're not using any mocap, you're just playing it as Andy Serkis? How is it different? How is it different acting in a mocap suit? What's the big challenge? Or is it different?
There is no difference.
Really?
And there really is no difference. I mean, you're playing a character. This one happens to be an ape, and apes are 97% genetically the same as us. But obviously, there's a physical language. You know, there's a physical language you have to learn. But in terms of acting, really embodying the character, playing the role, making decisions about the psychology, the backstory, it's exactly the same. There's no, you know, you're just being, you're just embodying that being and playing it as honestly and truthfully for the other actor to bounce off.
It is my hope that out of this solemn occasion, a better world will emerge out of the blood and carnage of the past. A world founded upon faith and understanding. A world dedicated to the wish for freedom, tolerance, and justice.